Introduction to the case. In this case, we observe a couple, Emily and Samantha, both in their early 30s, who have decided to seek therapy due to ongoing communication issues in their relationship. Emily, a marketer, is an outspoken and emotionally expressive woman who values open and direct communication. She often feels frustrated with Samantha's communication style, describing it as dismissive and passive. On the other hand, Samantha, a nurse, is more reserved and private by nature. She struggles to express herself openly, feeling that her emotions are often misunderstood. As a result, both Emily and Samantha report difficulties in effectively communicating with each other. To address these challenges, we'll explore how Gottman's therapeutic techniques can improve their communication. According to Dafoud Von D et al. 2018, Gottman employs an integrated approach that includes systems theories, understanding how patterns influence each other within a relational system, narrative therapy, reframing negative relationship narratives to promote healthier interactions, psychoanalytical and existential perspectives, addressing underlying emotions and individual worldviews, behavioral techniques, encouraging patterns to adopt constructive communication styles. Gottman emphasizes that successful relationships require active listening, non-defensive responses. Research has shown that these methods effectively reduce stress, prevent emotional disengagement, and enhance marital satisfaction. The role of positive affection in communication. Further studies by Dafoud Von D et al. 2018 highlight that positive affection is a key predictor of communication stability and satisfaction in newly married couples. Gottman's approach strengthens the relationship by fostering joy, intimacy, and constructive discussions, encouraging partners to engage in respectful and meaningful interactions. Video demonstration. In the following video, we will observe how Gottman's therapeutic techniques can be applied to Emily and Samantha's relationship. Watch closely to see how each of these strategies help them acknowledging each other's needs and developing healthier communication patterns.
Welcome back. Last time we talked about communication patterns. Today we're going to practice a few of Gottman's techniques to help navigate conflict and feel more connected. Let's start with a recent disagreement. What's been coming up for you both?
She barely talks to me after work, and when I try to bring something up, she just shuts down. It makes me feel invisible.
I just need space when I get home. But when I do take space, she gets upset and starts a fight.
The soft startup technique. The first technique demonstrated here is going to be the soft startup. According to Lazetta 2024, a 6-year longitudinal study found that the likelihood of divorce could be predicted within the first 3 minutes of observing a couple's conflict discussion. Couples who later divorce often displayed fewer positive expressions. Additionally, research shows that when an argument begins with an attack, especially if any of the 4 horsemen are present, the discussion does not reduce tension but may actually escalate it. The 4 horsemen and their impact. So what are the 4 horsemen and how do they relate to the soft startup? Beeney et al. 2019 describes them as following. Criticism, attacking a partner's character rather than addressing a specific behavior. Defensiveness, denying responsibility and deflecting blame onto their partner. Contempt, displaying disrespect through sarcasm, eye-rolling, mocking, or belittling. Stonewalling, withdrawing from the conversation as a way to avoid emotional engagement, often by avoiding eye contact, acting busy, or becoming unresponsive. How the soft startup helps. To counteract these harmful behaviors, a soft startup can be used to de-escalate conflict and improve communication. Lazetta 2024 explains that a soft startup allows a person to express a legitimate complaint without criticism, blame, or personal attacks. Because this message is not framed negatively, the partner is more likely to be receptive to hearing and addressing the concern. To implement a soft startup, couples can complain without blaming, focus on the issue rather than attacking the partner, use I statements instead of you statements, express feelings without assigning blame, describe the situation without judgment, stick to the facts rather than making negative evaluations, show appreciation and politeness, acknowledging positive aspects of the relationship, avoid bottling up emotions, address concerns as early instead of letting resentment build. By practicing these techniques, couples can create a healthier foundation for resolving conflicts and strengthening their relationship.
Let's reframe how we express our concerns. Instead of blaming, Let's use a soft startup with an I statement. Emily, can you try that?
Okay. I feel hurt when you withdraw after work. I need some time together, even if it's just a few minutes.
Samantha, can you repeat back what you just heard?
You feel hurt when I withdraw, and you need a little time together after work.
Great. Emily, did she get that right?
Yes.
Turning towards instead of away. According to Nirvana et al., 2015, turning towards is a small but measurable unit of intimacy in which partners make an effort to connect with one another. These attempts to connect are known as bids, gestures, words, or actions seeking attention, affection, or support. Research shows a strong link between how often couples turn towards each other's bids and long-term relationship success. In a study, couples who later divorced after 6 years of marriage responded to their partner's bids only 33% of the time, whereas those who remained married responded 86% of the time. Turning towards bids helps build what Gottman refers to as an emotional bank account. Each time a bid is ignored or rejected, it's like withdrawing money from this account. However, every time a bid is acknowledged and responded to, the bank account grows, strengthening the relationship's foundation. We will show you an example of this now.
Samantha, let's talk about how we can turn towards Emily in small ways instead of pulling away. What's something small you could do after work that acknowledges her need for connection?
I could start by giving you a hug when I get home, just so you know I'm happy to see you.
I'd really like that.
Repair attempts, de-escalating conflict. According to Gottman, 2011, the goal of therapy is not to help couples avoid conflicts. Instead, the aim is to help couples process the inevitable moments of miscommunication, hurt feelings, and arguments. This approach focuses on ensuring that couples can repair their relationships and heal the wounds caused by these incidents.
Let's also practice repair attempts, small ways to de-escalate conflict. Emily, if you feel Samantha pulling away, what's a gentle way to check in instead of getting upset?
I could say, I know you need space, but can we set a time to talk later?
Perfect. Samantha, how would you feel?
Much better than feeling like I have to talk immediately. If she said that, I'd be more open to talking after I decompress.
Soothing and emotional regulation, preventing stonewalling. According to Gottman 2011, it's crucial to maintain awareness of our physiological arousal during conflicts. When our heart rate increases and adrenaline is released, our ability to process information diminishes. As a result, we may struggle to think creativity, lose our sense of humor, and become less effective in problem solving. This heightened state can lead to two possible reactions: isolation or aggression. A process called flooding may occur where a person feels overwhelmed or either retreats, flees, or becomes more combative. When flooding happens, it's essential to self-soothe and take breaks to prevent further escalation. And therapy techniques like relaxation, exercise, structured breaks, and biofeedback devices can be used to help individuals manage their emotional responses and reduce flooding.
Samantha, when you feel overwhelmed, how do you self-soothe?
I usually go for a walk or listen to music.
Good. Taking a break is healthy, but it's important to let Emily know you'll come back to the conversation. Can you say something like, I need 20 minutes to calm down, but I want to talk later?
Yeah, I can do that.
That would help a lot.
Shared fondness and admiration, expressing appreciation. According to Gottman Institute 2024C, people enjoy hearing kind words about themselves, especially from their partner. Expressing appreciation strengthens emotional bonds and fosters a deeper connection. One way to do this is by sharing the qualities and characteristics you admire about your partner. Taking time to acknowledge both the small and significant reasons you love someone is a meaningful way to nurture intimacy and reinforce a relationship. Love maps, rebuilding connection. In the next demonstration, you'll see Emily and Samantha practice love maps and sharing fondness and appreciation. According to the Gottman Institute 2024b, love maps form the foundation of a strong friendship within the relationship. They help partners express interest in one another and feel valued in return. This is achieved by asking meaningful questions, getting to know each other deeply, and paying attention to the small details that bring joy to their partner's life. By actively building love maps, couples strengthen their emotional connections and develop a deeper understanding of one another.
Now let's do something positive. Love maps help couples stay emotionally close. Emily, what's something about Samantha that you love but haven't told her recently?
I love how thoughtful you are. Even when you're busy, you always make my coffee in the morning.
Thanks. I didn't know that meant so much to you.
Samantha, your turn.
I love how passionate you are. You make life exciting.
That means a lot.
Okay, let's make an action plan. What's one thing each of you can do and commit to this week?
I'll be more patient and ask for connection in a calm way.
I'll give her a hug when I get home and let her know when I need space instead of shutting down.
You both did great today. You practiced soft startups, active listening, repair attempts, and churning towards each other. Let's check in the next time and see how these changes have worked for you.
In this video, we begin to see how Gottman's Sound Relationship House functions as a framework for building and maintaining a strong relationship, the Gottman Institute 2024C. At the foundation lies love maps, where partners develop a deep understanding of each other's inner worlds. The second level is sharing fondness and admiration, which involves recognizing and expressing appreciation for each other's qualities. The third level, churning towards, emphasizes responding to bids for connections, strengthening emotional bonds. Floor 4, positive perspective, encourages couples to see the best in each other, reducing defensiveness and criticism by giving their partner the benefit of the doubt and approaching challenges as a team. Managing conflict, the fifth level, does not mean avoiding disagreements, but rather learning to navigate them constructively. This involves opening up and sharing their feelings while considering their partner's perspectives. If conflicts become overwhelming, self-soothing strategies such as taking a walk or practicing deep breathing can maintain emotional regulation during discussions. The sixth level, making life dreams come true, highlights the importance of supporting each other's aspirations in a healthy relationship. Partners are to encourage each other's growth and work together towards shared and individual goals. At the highest level, creating shared meaning, couples build a sense of identity as a unit through rituals and traditions that reflect their values and connection. This could be as simple as visiting a favorite coffee shop every Sunday, small rituals that define the couple's unique culture. Holding the structure together are the weight-bearing walls of trust and commitment. These pillars provide the stability necessary for long-term relationship success. By continuing to work with Emily and Samantha through Gottman's framework, we can aim to help them strengthen at each level of their relationship and reinforce the pillars that hold the sound relationship house together.
Treatment issues. While the Gottman method is highly regarded for its research-backed strategies, it's also important to understand that it has some limitations. From its structured, somewhat rigid approach to concerns about its applicability for diverse relationship types, we will discuss some of the challenges that might arise while using this method. First of all, the Gottman method is quite intensive and structured. It involves a structured approach that can feel somewhat rigid or clinical, and it might not suit couples who prefer a more flexible, organic approach to therapy. Some might find the structured tools or checklists less engaging or helpful during moments of emotional distress. Next, while we know that the Gottman approach has been tested in a variety of relationship dynamics, its focus has been primarily on heterosexual married couples. It may be limited in its applicability for diverse relationship types, such as ethical non-monogamous relationships, polyamorous relationships, or those with different cultural backgrounds. The Gottman method is most effective when both partners are equally committed to applying the tools and strategies. If one partner feels more invested in the therapeutic process than the other partner, it can lead to an imbalance in effort. For example, if Emily feels like she's putting in more effort to initiate connection or maintain positive communication, it could breed resentment. If Samantha is disengaged or unwilling to participate, the approach may be less successful. One person's lack of commitment could hinder the couple's overall progress. A way to mitigate this could involve Dr. Carter exploring whether one partner is carrying more of the emotional labor than the other. If either partner feels they are doing all the work, they may feel undervalued or burned out, which could impact their satisfaction within the relationship. The therapist might ask each partner to reflect on their contributions to the relationship and encourage them to both commit equally to the process of change. Recognizing that both partners need to engage actively in improving their communication could lead to a more balanced relationship. Another treatment consideration in the Gottman method for couples is therapist bias or alignment. One partner might perceive Dr. Carter as siding with the other person, particularly if the therapist spends more time exploring one partner's needs or behaviors. Dr. Carter must remain neutral, validating each partner's feelings and ensuring that the interventions don't unintentionally favor one over the other. If either partner feels unsupported or misunderstood by the therapist, they may disengage from the process altogether. Regularly checking in with each partner to assess their experience in therapy and ensuring that both feel equally heard is critical for maintaining a collaborative environment. The Gottman method focuses on improving the relationship as a unit, but sometimes an individual's personal growth may be necessary for the relationship to improve. If one partner is struggling with personal psychological issues, the focus on relational dynamics may not be sufficient on its own. For couples to see meaningful change, they need to commit to the process for the long term. For some couples, especially those facing significant relational challenges, it can take a long time to make real progress, which is expensive, and it might lead to frustration or a sense of stagnation. By acknowledging these challenges, couples can make more informed decisions about whether this method aligns with their needs.
In addressing Emily and Samantha's communication challenges, it's essential to consider their intersectional identities. By understanding their unique backgrounds and emotional needs, we can approach their issues holistically, leading to a more empathetic and effective solution. Sexual orientation. Same-sex couples often face societal stigma or marginalization, which can affect how they communicate and resolve conflicts. These external pressures may influence how Emily and Samantha express their emotions. Gender and gender roles. Gender roles shape emotional expression and communication. Emily's more direct and expressive style may conflict with Samantha's more reserved approach due to societal expectations related to their genders. Socioeconomic status and professional identity. Emily's career in marketing encourages creativity and open communication, while Samantha's nursing job requires emotional regulation. These professional differences impact how they manage stress and express emotions in their relationship. Past relationships and family dynamics. Unresolved issues from past relationships or family experiences can influence communication patterns. Different family dynamics may create misunderstandings if emotional needs aren't recognized by both partners. Ethnic background. Cultural expectations around communication vary across ethnic backgrounds. Differences in how emotions are expressed within their families may lead to frustration if not acknowledged or appreciated by each partner. Emotional expressiveness. Lesbian couples tend to be more emotionally expressive compared to gay men. Emily and Samantha may express more anger, humor, and excitement in conflict, which can impact how they handle disagreements. According to Gottman, gay and lesbian couples often approach conflict with more positivity, using affection and humor to navigate disagreements and remain optimistic afterward. Compared to straight couples, they use fewer controlling or hostile emotional tactics, have more power sharing, and tend to take negative comments less personally. Additionally, unhappy gay and lesbian couples display lower physiological arousal during conflict, indicating they are better at soothing each other compared to straight couples who often experience heightened stress.